Hey guys, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. In this video, I'm gonna talk about episode 16 of Maîtresse and marié season 2. And in episode 15, we ended with the cliffhanger where Mommy actually brought Jalika to see Dalanda. And episode 16 actually continues with that scene because Dalanda is actually assuring Jalika that her husband does not have any grounds to get the custody of the children, that she should not worry, that she should keep on taking care of the kids and making sure they're all right and not worry about him being able to just one day take the kids with him. And okay, so Mommy actually calls Jalika Marem because we all know that when Dalanda hears the name Jalika, she will know what's up. And Mommy's actually asking or telling the lawyer that, you know what, men lie too, and I'm sure that Marem's husband is actually cheating on her, and that's why he wants to divorce and have the custody of the children. And Dalanda is telling Mommy that, you know, I get a lot of clients of mine that get this feedback or tell me this, and it is all not important. The only thing that's important is that we do not condone cheating and cheaters, and we do not want to stay with men who make us suffer. And I think this is the strong image of a strong woman that she was talking about in the last episode to Regina. And because we all know that she's also dealing with a cheating husband, and that she is still not sure whether or not she should divorce him. And Mommy is like asking she's asking Dalanda, like, so if we decide to beat him up so badly, what are the consequences? And Dalanda's like, you know what, you two seem too classy to beat up anyone, and just trust the law. Just believe that the law is going to resolve everything. Don't worry about anything. And at one point she's actually directly addressing Jalika, and she's like, well, ma'am, are you actually all right? Because since you came here, you have not even spoken, so I want to know if you are all right. And I want you to know that you look absolutely ravishing, and I want you to know that everything's gonna be all right. And Jalika is still speechless, and Dalanda is saying that, you know what, we'll just get through the paperwork, I'll make sure everything is all right. Then she leaves, and the first thing that Jalika says to Mommy is like, why did you do this to me? And Mommy is telling her that, you know what, I did this because I want you to stop making excuses for Tairu. I want you to see that she is also a woman just like you, and she does not deserve to suffer. And then Jalika brings her mom into it, because we all know that Mommy used to be with her dad, and Mommy shuts that down really quickly because she's like, well, your father made me believe that your parents were finalizing their divorce. In the next scene, it's Marié, and she's cooking, and there's some music on, and then Biram comes in and he switches off the music, and he's asking his mom, what is going on here? Why is there music? What are you making? And she's like, I'm making this for Page. And Biram is just so butthurt that his mom did not listen to him, and he's like, well, you are just messing with me because I told you to not hang out with this guy, And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit outside, play a guard, and see who comes in and who goes out. And his mom is like, no, you're not going to do that, because first of all, I mind my own business. I don't check whether you go out of the house or whenever you come in. I don't mind your business, as neither should you mind mine or Paga's. And I think that she has a very valid point, because when Biram was doing whatever it was that he was doing, nobody checked him for anything, whether he was wrong, whether he was right. So who gave him the right to be, you know, a guard policing his own mom? And so then Biram is saying to his mom that, you know what, then I'll keep you company. And he's also talking about how she should behave because they're living together. And his mom is like, no, you are an adult. You don't live here. You have your own house. I don't need your company. And that's it. But Biram takes all the pepper and puts it on whatever it was that Mère was actually making. I thought it was an egg, and I thought that was a really low blow. It's not like when we see the egg we cannot see the pepper. The next scene is Antja and Dalanda, and Antja actually wants Dalanda to check out the other woman and just confront her. And Dalanda is like, yeah, but what am I going to say to her? And I do not want to make a fool of myself or anything. And Antja is just addressing that she is really, you know, she was really surprised by Taihu's behavior. And Dalanda told her that, you know, she was also surprised and she didn't expect it. But on the other hand, she is acknowledging that she was also unwilling to see the truth and for what it was. And she was actually saying that she confided in Regina. And the thing that Antja keeps on saying is that you should look at the fact that you have children and you should consider the children. So Dalanda tells Antja that, you know what, the children, they actually came to me to talk about it, and I almost gave in, but then I went to Regina to ask for her advice, and I told her everything, and Regina told me it was a bad idea. But as soon as Dalanda said the name Regina, you could see that Antja did not like Regina at all. And she also mentions that Regina is a bitter old woman. Well, not old, but she's a bitter woman, and that she should not have talked to her, considered her advice, or even associate with her, you know? So then Antja actually says that, you know what, I actually feel bad for Taihu, and that's only because she sees it as if Regina wants to break up this marriage, as if he did not do that on his own already. So that's a bit sketchy, and I don't agree with Antja on that point, because it's not like they were happily married and Regina came in and became a homewrecker. It's like it's already broken. She's the person that is going to oversee their divorce, their paperwork, everything, and she's just giving advice. I mean, Dalanda does not have to take Regina's advice. She can still do whatever it is that she wants. And the way Antja makes it seem is as if Regina is the bad guy, but she isn't. And then again, Antja is saying that Dalanda should also consider the fact that she has children with him. And the only response that is suitable is Dalanda asking Antja, but when he did whatever he was doing, did he consider the children? And that's the only valuable question that should follow. And Dalanda continues to say that, you know what, he's actually trying to soften me, or he's really nice to me, suck up to me, because he proposed that we go on a family weekend getaway with the kids. But every time I look at him, I feel like I don't want anything, and I don't feel like faking it. And Ancha tells her to not follow her heart, to not be, you know, bitter and have place for hate, because Dalanda also said that every time she looks at him, she wants him to suffer the way that she has suffered or is suffering still. And then they move on to something lighter, and Dalanda says that, you know, there's one thing that's really funny from this whole situation. And Anchat's like, so there's something funny about this? And she's like, yes, because Ben is my best friend right now. She is doing everything. Like the other day, she made me like a very 3-star, like a 5-star hotel breakfast. Like everything was there. And Ancha, she could not believe it. And she ended up saying that, you know what, Dalanda, I'm such a fan of yours, because Dalanda said that she doesn't know that I'm gonna kick them both out. Well, the fact that she said that she was going to kick them out is what made her change completely. Next is Merjang. She's still cooking, and then Lala comes in and she's saying that, you know what, Merjang, I have never seen you like this, and what are you cooking? And they actually have a really beautiful conversation that is similar to one you would have with your mom or your own daughter. And I thought that was really cool, because I think that in Senegal, people think, when they think of a mother-in-law or a daughter-in-law, they think about war forever. But this is really a scene where it's totally different. And Merjang is explaining to Lala that she's really happy, but that she has a problem with the fact that Biram cannot contain himself, that he is jealous, that he's bitter, and that he does not want her to be happy. That's how she sees it, of course. And Lala is really reassuring her. She's like, you know what, I got you, Merjang. I think that you should be happy, live your life to the fullest, be happy, do the things that make you smile, you look good, I like your clothing, your cooking. And I'll take care of Biram, I'll talk to him, and in the end everyone is going to support you. And Merjang was like explaining how her new life is giving her, you know, energy. She's like, I wake up in the morning, I shower, I put on my good clothes, and then I go cooking, and I call Gay, and we talk until evening, and I really love it. By the way, they're not married yet. I got that wrong. I thought they were married like the next day, but they're not married yet. So they're courting, dating. So that's what Lala is saying to her in this scene, that, you know what, let Cher and Biram go crazy. Because Merjang explained to Lala that Cher tried to win her over by offering her a trip to Morocco, to Dubai and everything. But that's not what she wants. She just wants to be happy with Pagay. And she wants to, you know, live the life of a teenager in love. And she's also saying that she is hurt by the fact that she had a glow up, she feels good, she's living her life, she's doing things she's never done before, but yet they cannot find it in their heart to actually support her and want her to look good, to be good, to feel good. And I think that that is something I can relate to. And at the end, Lala is giving Mère tips of how she should present the food and how she should make sure that there's something warm to drink, and also to make sure that there's a dessert. And I thought that was really good bonding. Then you have Mustafa and Julia on the balcony, and Julia is actually bringing some really good news. She's saying that, you know what, congratulations, from now on your life is gonna change, and I really believe in you. And Mustafa cannot even he cannot believe that she believes in him, and he's like, really? And Julia is like, yeah, you know, the first time we met you were really hesitant. Look at you now, you have changed so much, and I really believe that you can make it work as a musician. And Mustafa asks her like, so how far are we gonna go? And she's like, we're gonna go so far the world will know who you are, the world will be at your feet, and I believe so much in you. And yeah, that was a beautiful scene, because from what I've seen of Maîtresse and I, I would not expect Mustafa to not believe in himself. Next, we're back at Rocky and her mom. And Rocky's mom is actually asking Rocky, what is this yellow thing doing here? And I was like, I didn't see anything yellow, but she meant Dilia. She meant Dilia. And I was like, ooh, that was crazy. But so Rocky is trying to tell her mom that, you know, Mustafa is just working with this woman. He does not have any other business with her. And but Rocky's mom does not believe that. She's like, you know what? You need to have some self-respect, some class. Get your guts out and confront this woman, because she should not be here with your husband. Because men and women cannot just, you know, have peaceful relationships. There's always something behind it. And she's saying that this is how he's gonna pay you back after everything that you went through for him and getting married to him and everything. And Rocky is still trying to tell her mom that, you know, no, they're just working together. He's a musician, she's his manager, that's it. They have no other intentions. And Rocky's mom actually stands up wanting to say something about it, but Rocky stops her and is like, no mom, you cannot give a scandal inside my own house. That's not how it's done. Just sit down, everything will be all right. And then her mom says to her that, you know what, you are gonna be the downfall of your own marriage. And oh my god, I thought this was crazy, because we all know how insecure Rocky actually is, and I think that the bow is going to break. Then we're back at Mustafa and Julia on the balcony, and she gets off the phone, but she's so mad. And she's telling Mustafa that, you know what, I hear that your wife made a big scandal, and that our client or our partner or whatever, the company does not want to have you for the contract anymore. And you can thank your wife for that, because her jealousy and her insecurity made that happen. So, but then Julia is actually already mad because of the fact that Mustafa did not tell her about what happened during that meeting, and that Rocky was actually having a fit over there. And she's just saying that Rocky is actually not normal, and that she knows that you are a musician and your fans are mostly women, and women really love you, and she should know that, and she should not be jealous, because she should expect that, since that's the business. And she's saying that Rocky should actually accept that. And you know what, you can thank your wife, because I did not invest in you because you're a handsome man, because you're talented, but because this is a business, and for me this is also my income. And she's also saying that Rocky needs to tell, that Mustafa needs to tell Rocky that if she had wanted him, if Julia wanted Mustafa, then she would be the person that would lose. Meaning that if I would want him, I would have had him. In the next scene, Mommy is showing Siaka her scars because she tried to kill herself. And they're talking about how they're both, not both, but how these scars are a sign of her strength, and that she has went through so much. And I think that this point was like, finally, that Mommy was able to talk about her pain, about what she went through in life, because she's saying that she does not have any self-confidence, she does not really love herself. And of course, Siaka is here to assure her that he's here for her, and that, you know, as a couple they'll overcome a lot of things together, and that she's not alone anymore, and that she is loved, that she is beautiful. And I thought that was really beautiful. Next, we have the scene where Lala is making yogurt dessert, and she's doing this with Noura. And Noura, this is actually also an ad for sugar, for the little essence thing, and it's so annoying, but it's also quite cute, because they use this scene to actually have a moment between Lala and Noura. So then Biram comes in, and he's actually complaining about how his mom has lost her mind by playing like a teenager who is in love. And before Lala can actually respond to this, Sheikh comes in, and he has the same complaint. And they're both complaining so much about, yeah, and my mom, she thinks that she's a teenager dancing to music with her boyfriend, and I've never seen her like this. She has changed so much. And they're complaining and complaining and complaining. Then Lala comes in, and she's like, you know what, she deserves to be happy. She has grown-up children that have their own lives, them, and she actually deserves to be happy. She deserves to the pursuit of happiness, to pursue her own happiness, be happy, and live that. And they're both like, whose side are you on? But the thing is, there are no sides, it's just the truth. And then Lala is actually saying something to Biram, and she's saying to Biram that, you know what, now that she has her own life and she has her own occupations, you should actually want to seize this moment, because this is your chance to get Jalika back without any pullback from your mom, without her being on your case about it. And then Biram actually changes and is like, well, damn, you're right. This is the perfect opportunity to do that. And even though he's not convinced 100%, he is changing. However, it's Sheikh that is still reluctant. And then Biram says the most stupid thing. He's saying that, well, Sheikh, if I can do that and get Jalika back, then this is your chance to get Marem back. And of course, you see Lala's face, and she's like, oh hell no, that's not what I meant when I was talking to you, Biram. So instead of Biram having Lala's back as well, he was just out there on his own, because wasn't he the person that actually wanted to beat up Mahem, and now he is trying to get his brother to get her back? Like, these people are bipolar. Next scene is Ben. She's washing the clothes of Dalanda by hand. She's talking to herself, talking about how when Dalanda gets out of the house to work, she gets up to work in the house, because I think that Ben made sure that they fired the girl that works in the house, and now she's working in the house. I can still not believe that she did that 360 on us like that. And so at one point Tyro comes in and is like, well, Ben, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. But Ben doesn't respond, because she feels like he is not even worth a response. And Tyro keeps talking, and at one point he gets agitated because he's like, I'm your older brother, respect me, I'm talking to you, you need to respond me, especially since we're in my house. And he should have known that this was going to be his downfall, because Ben was like, whose house? This is not your house. And he's still saying that, you know, you should still respect me. And Ben is like, no, I shouldn't, because all this time you have worked your ass off and you made us think that, you know, everything that you had was yours, that this was your house, that you were the head of a family, and that was not even the case. And Tyro said that, you know, you should know, because every time someone had a baby shower, every time anyone had to get married, gas bills, water bills, all the bills, I had to pay them. And don't act like I didn't pay anything for anyone, you know? And what Ben said was actually really important, because Ben was like, well, we would not have asked you if we had known that you did not have anything going for yourself. On top of that, we would have thought that you would have I don't even know how to say it, but you would have, you know, you would have stood on your 2 feet strongly and said no, that you did not have the money to give to us, and that you would want to build something for yourself. Because I think that what Ben is really hurt by is that all this time she thought that her brother was actually investing in things that could have passed down to family members and everything, so that he would have his own house, and that he would have, you know, have things for himself instead of money, because now he's going to be kicked out, not having anywhere to live, so to speak. And I think that that is something that really hurt her, and that she would have rather have him tell their family members, no, I don't have the money, but still have a house that belongs to him. And he's still not accepting that. And in Senegal, this happens so much, because what Tyro says is that, you know what, you guys were all okay with just one person working and providing for our whole family, so don't go and put this on me. But that's not what Ben wants, because as I said, she just wanted him to have plans for himself and actually work for things for himself instead of thinking of the family. And this happens a lot in Senegal, where in one family there's one person with a really good salary, but it's not like that person has something for themselves, because they always give money back to family. And I'm not saying that you should not give money to your family, but you should know that other people can work as well, 1. 2, you should want to invest in things that are stable, like a house, because one day you would want to live in a house that you own and put your family members in there, your children, your wife, everything. So that was a really important scene, and the scene ended so funny because Ben was like, you know what, Tairu, I do not have time for this. I don't want to talk to you. I'm done. And please don't call me Bendoy, because my last name from now on is Lopez, and Lopez is Dalanda's last name. And when I heard that, I was cracking up so much. I had to tell my mom because it was so funny, because first of all, she is the mean sister-in-law, but now she wants to take on Dalanda's last name. She was even saying that now she belonged to the group of women who work hard and work for themselves. And I'm glad that she had a change of heart. Thank you guys for watching. That was episode 16 of Maîtresse and I. And I cannot wait for episode 17. And I want to know whether Ben and Dalanda will eventually become friends, and maybe even Dalanda and Angelica. I mean, I would like that because I'm all for girl groups and supports. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video.